Discussing rumors and creating fan castings has become somewhat of a nerdy pastime, kind of like going to conventions and trivia nights, am I right? And not just for comic book fans, but for members of all other kinds of geeky fandoms as well. A couple of episodes back, though, we actually discussed some heroes that we would like to see in the future of the MCU. Now, we all know a hero's only as good as his rogues gallery, or at least that's what the neighbor in Peacemaker said. So now, it's time for the villains to get their turn. Joined by Orey from the Voice of Geeky Vengeance podcast, our very own social media sorcerer Nerd Squatch, and a new member of the team that you'll get to meet, Tyler the Great, we are going to get into another nerdy discussion. Watch out for that vat of eels and make sure that black goo is not just some alien life form in disguise. It's time for Season 3, Episode 8, Fancastings and Rumors in the MCU, Part 2, right after this. Please stand by.
This is The Bear and the Beard Podcast Season 3.
Hello there.
Your hosts are just two nerdy guys, talking nerdy things.
That's quite nerdy.
This Nerdtastic Duo sits down every episode, sometimes with friends and guests, to explore a new topic related to nerd or pop culture.
Oh yeah!
They may disagree or argue sometimes, and you may not always agree with them.
I beg your pardon.
But please remember, this show is mostly their opinion with some research and facts added in along the way.
To be fair. To be fair.
The overall goal is to spread knowledge and love throughout the fandoms and to have fun doing it. Welcome to the conversation. Let's get nerdy with it.
What's going on, everybody? What's going on, fandomites? Because that's kind of the phrase that we all decided we're going to start using for all of our listeners and viewers. Welcome back to, or to for the first time, another episode of the Bear and the Beard podcast. I am Robert the Bear. I'm joined, as always, by my majestically bearded, faithful co-host, Bearded Brian Guy the Beard. Brosius Mayo, my guy.
Mayo Brosius, my dude. How are you doing this evening?
I am doing fairly well indeed. We are also joined by our expert panelists. As at this point, we have the sorcerer of social media himself, Nerd Squatch, Jay over there. What's going on, brother?
I'm tired, but I am so excited to talk about everything.
And to talk about why you were tired, and we are going to get to that. We are also joined by the lovely sister of the podcast, Orey from the Voice of Geeky Vengeance. Hello, sweetheart. How are you?
I am doing good. I just got over being sick, and I'm ready to talk some recasting.
You got that COVID?
Oh, yeah.
You got that wrong?
No,
okay.
I had that seasonal allergy where pollen likes to assault me.
Yeah, we all of us except for Brian live in the South, so we actually know what a dangerous pollen count is.
We got pollen in the Midwest.
Oh yeah, I know, but it's not like
It's not like what we got.
You'll know when you move. You'll know.
Pollen.
You'll notice the difference.
You'll find
Oh
out.
yeah, you'll know.
We are also joined by a new face, hope to be soon familiar face, Tyler the Great, our
Hello.
master fabricator that has joined the Bearded Bear team. Welcome, sir. Welcome to your first recorded appearance on the podcast.
Well, I'm very happy to be here. And might I say, now that I have a chance to do so on microphone, that Beard, you do have a very majestic... Tyler the Great.
I
I'm
feel
sorry,
like
you had a bit of a technical issue there. Anyway.
I feel like I'm being ganged up on the facial hair department. So
Well, I mean, and we were talking about like before we hit record the 90s style of the ponytail. I love it so much.
Amazing.
So we are here to finally finish out our two-part fan castings of the future MCU. But before we get to that, we got some big announcements that we got to throw.
Do we have some big announcements?
We do. So we have launched a Patreon for the Bear and the Beard podcast. Real quick rundown. We have 3 levels. $5 a month makes you a nerdy talker. That's just general support. If you want to support the show, we really appreciate it. Then we have our $10 level, which I think we called a fandomite. or a true fandomite, something like that. That's our $10 level. For that, you will get a 10% off discount on our spring store that is hopefully up and running as you are listening to this. You will also get bonus episodes from now on. Anytime we do bonus content or something like that, that will go straight to our Patreon. So if you want that, you gotta get in there and support the show for that. And of course, you'll just have our love and affection.
All the love.
And you'll get a shout out. You'll get a shout out at the end of every episode, whether it be through text or verbal, whichever. And then our third tier, top tier, $20 a month. That is a bearded bear. That is the same stuff for the lower level, except you will get a 20% off the spring store, and you also get a freebie at live events. So when you come and see us at cons and stuff like that, we might give you like a buy one get one on the raffle entry, or you might get a free cup, or you might get a free shirt, depending on what we have. So,
and an added bonus, you'll probably bring a tear to our eyes.
You will bring a tear to our eye.
Yeah.
For sure. Also, the next big announcement, we are on Reddit now. So if you are a Reddit user, go and find us on Reddit. We are there at Bear and Beard Pod. Go and find us there. Yeah, it wouldn't let me come up with a great name on there, but
Okay, hold on. But Reddit is a whole mess, and you're about to get some very interesting joins.
And that is perfectly okay.
I know nothing about Reddit. I'm leaving
Me
that
and
to
Orey
Bear.
and our Reddit knowledge.
We put that into the social media sorcerer's realm. We gave that to him and said,
Oh,
"Here,
God.
do this." So
Jay, tell me stories. Tell me stories.
the next event that we have coming up, and then we're gonna let our panelists tell us about what they got coming up. But find the Bear and the Beard, May 4th, Star Wars Day at Dogmud Tavern, 5:00. We're gonna have some members of the 501st there to judge our costume contest. We're also gonna be doing trivia and raffle giveaways. I think the prizes are up around like the $500 range now for the 3 different prizes we're giving away that day. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be fantastic. Can't wait to do it. Han Brolo, Master of Marketing, is drafting the questions for that, and it's just gonna be a great time. I really feel like I'm going to get my inner Wookiee on and really enjoy myself. So while we're on that subject, Jay, tell us why you're tired, man. What you got going on?
Oh, man.
What's up
Okay.
with your hair?
So
Looks
for the
cool.
past month, and it's like the shortest rehearsal process I've ever had. For the past month, I've been rehearsing for the SpongeBob musical here in Gulfport, and I play the villain. I play Sheldon J. Plankton, and I'm very excited. We open next weekend.
And that's from recording. So if you're listening to this on the day it comes out, it starts tonight. and me and Orey are actually there. Actually,
Yes, we'll be there right now.
So we're going to be there at Showtime to support Jay. I can't wait to see the musical that you've been putting all your effort into. That's going to be great.
Thank you.
Also, the next weekend, the weekend after this drops, they will also be doing another. And you're but you're not going to be Sheldon that weekend. You're going to be Patchy the Pirate, right?
Yes, I am.
Yes.
Fighting the pirate.
That was really good. You should do that again.
I can't wait.
Are you ready, kids?
Are you ready, kids? It's gonna be great. We just
It
lost
is.
like 50% of our people that were gonna support Patreon as soon as I did that. Just to let y'all know. By the way, Patreon. I don't know how many times I'm going to say it this episode.
A lot.
Orey, you are now the day after we go and see Jay. You are at MobaCon.
Yeah. No, MobaCon is the end of May.
That's
It's
the
in
end of
Mobile,
May.
Alabama.
Okay.
It is Labor Day weekend. Memorial Day weekend. I don't know. It's that holiday at the end of May.
How about, since I was wrong, you just tell me what all you got coming up there. Sweetheart.
Okay,
I apologize.
My staff will actually be this coming weekend. When this goes out, they will actually be at Anime Fest. So they will be there taking photos for ABC Con because we love ABC Cons.
We love ABC
so you
Con.
much. And then after that, we have a little bit of a break. We'll be at kind of like on a little hiatus. It's been a little busy for us like the past year. So we're taking a break. But we're going to be doing events. So we will be at Space Center, just hanging out, having some fun, doing some charity work, and then MobyCon. Other than that, like, your girl needs a break.
I completely agree. I tell you all the time, you're overworking yourself, but it's because you have such a big heart, and we love you for it. But that's great. I wish I could come down there and see you guys at some of those fests. I know that our friends, Dr. Phil and Shu, and Keith Cooper from Blurdish are all going to that anime fest. So that's
Yep, they will be there.
Isn't
That's
that
going to be great.
isn't that tomorrow and Sunday, like recording as of tonight?
I believe so. I'm not sure.
Mobile Bay.
Don't get me to lying.
Hold on. Let me have it.
I
Let me
think
get the
it's this
date.
weekend.
It might be.
It might be
Dawn
this
and
weekend.
Moni are there.
If it is, I'm sure it was fun. If it's not, I'm sure it's going to be fun. And
Exactly.
either way,
Either way.
I can't be there. So
Either way, we're
Hold on. I'm looking.
what are the dates?
Yes, it is tomorrow.
Yep.
Okay, cool. From recording.
Dang, I wish.
Yes.
Yeah. Just so y'all know, we're recording a week in advance.
I have
Exactly.
puppies here.
So, but yeah.
Hi, Evie.
So that's all the events and everything that we have coming up. We're also, of course, Jackson, Mississippi Comic-Con. Can't wait. That's going to be
Big
so
one.
fun. And for those of y'all that have gotten this far in the episode wondering, hey, where's that Colin K. Bass guy that they mentioned at the end of the part 1? Well, Colin unfortunately couldn't join us for the recording of this episode. He is very, very busy out in California with Crimson Vision Studios, of course, and
Being
Nerdbot.
awesome.
And they also just launched Anime Riverside, which I think is actually kind of a podcast. I think it has a podcast attached to it,
Oh, cool.
where he's interviewing people himself. So please don't forget our friend Colin. Go and support him as
We
much
love
as you
Colin.
can. He got really busy with a convention and everything that they were doing, so he couldn't be with us. But that's why we have Tyler the Great here, and a quick introduction of him. I met Tyler, and Orey met Tyler at SciFiCon, which y'all have heard us talk about. He has a lot of 3D printing that he does. He actually has an LLC for it and all that. He is going to start fabricating us some awesome stuff. And that's to either give away or, sell for charity, whatever, at different events that we go to. Hopefully he's going to be getting us out of these drabby, clothes that we be wearing and give us some stylish, kind of wear.
I like my beard shirt.
Look, I'm not gonna take away from the elegance at all, but I'm definitely gonna add a collar and
There you
some
go. There you go. So hopefully he'll be having a styled in style, I guess is the best way I can phrase it. And so be looking for that. He also, we're working on another podcast idea called Tales from the Bard's Tavern. I think is the name we were. It's still in the planning process, but where he plans to do deep dives into like backstories of fictional characters, not just comic book related, from classic lit, from video games, stuff like that. The mythos of these fictional characters that sometimes gets lost, and more deep dive discussions into things that we might like glaze over in an hour, which I don't know how you glaze over anything in an hour, but we're kind of topical, whereas he's going to be more philosophical. So,
Yes.
And that's going to be really fun. So definitely be on the lookout for that. When we do have that up and running or more information about it, we will get it to all of you fandomites out there. But I think we've stalled long enough, ladies and gents. Let's get to the villain.
Woo!
All right. We know how this works. The only two rules are you can't use any MCU actors and you cannot use any prior portrayals of this character.
Unless your name's Orey, then you can do whatever.
Unless your name's Orey, and then obviously Idris Elba was never Heimdall. But
We never noticed.
And
It had been a long
we did not
recording.
notice.
That's all I'm saying.
Yes.
We had been at that for a while.
Yeah, we had. So normally we would let Orey go first because we're gentlemen and ladies first and all that, but she is a little underprepared. So the order
I've
this
been
time
sick.
around, yes, and that's
All in
completely fine. We
season.
completely understand. So we're actually going to have, it's going to be Beard, then Nerd Squatch, then Tyler, then Orey, then me to round it out. First up on the chopping block, who, Beard, did you cast for Victor Von Doom?
Ooh, Victor Von Doom. This was one I was very excited for. I didn't know who I was going to cast at first, but once I knew It's one of those like click and you know what kind of things. Ewan McGregor.
Yes.
I
I love
look
that.
At that. Look at that. That just looks
Love
right.
that.
Yeah. Especially pre the problem where he had to wear the medal. That could work. Yeah. Nerd Squatch, who you got for the dictator of Latveria?
So I've got two, and as people know from last time, I normally have two people, but I have Jason Bateman or Cillian Murphy. I believe Cillian Murphy would play a more conventional Doom, whereas Jason Bateman could play a more charismatic Doom. And so either one of those are my pick.
Okay. I really like the Bateman. I really like that. Just
I
to
could
see
see
him, because I've seen him do serious, but most of my knowledge of Bateman is comedy.
Humor.
So to see him take that comedy and turn it dark would be very interesting.
I feel like he could also bring that like asshole vibe language.
Oh yeah. Language. Hey. Watch it. Watch it.
Are we just gonna ignore this guy said language?
That's never going away anytime soon. All right. Who was next? Tyler.
Yes.
Who
Okay,
do you
so
want to cast for?
doing a little bit of research, but see, I'm a fan of the older Victor Von Doom. So
Now, when you say older, like he's already been in his power for a long time.
already been in his power
like,
for a while.
Okay.
He's starting to get tired.
So like the one that became Sorcerer Supreme and had like the hammer and all that. I got you. All right.
I want a movie like that.
Yes.
Like I saw this draft that somebody came up with where an interviewer went to his castle to interview him, and that's the movie I want.
Yes.
Okay. So
Mr. Von Doom. No, please call me Victor.
in the realm of all these you're gonna laugh at me, but Matthew McConaughey as an old
No, bro.
No, I'm not gonna laugh.
No, I
don't
see
laugh
that.
at that.
right? Okay,
All right.
because he's a millionaire. He's got that like
Yeah.
debonair attitude, and then you strap a mask on him, and you know how McConaughey is. You
Yeah.
know, it doesn't matter what he's doing; he's going to be who he always is. He plays himself in every movie, and you put a mask
Limitless.
on him, he's still going to do that.
Yeah, if you merged his Limitless and his Lincoln Lawyer character,
Yes.
that's Doom right there.
Dude,
Harvey
that's-
Dent.
Yes.
He'd be a great Harvey Dent too.
Oh,
Yeah, he would.
we got to fan cast the DCEU at some point.
Yes.
Like, I
Or
know
the
we don't
rest
like
of the
talking
Matt
about
Reeves.
it.
Just hire
I-
Villains.
That is what I have completely planned. Just like
All right.
I have
Well,
my DC stuff ready.
Yeah. Orey, who do you want to cast for the Doomster?
okay, just hang with me on this one.
Okay.
I like a pretty Victor Von Doom. I need my bad guy to look good. I want Ben Harmon, the psychologist from Murder House.
Oh, okay.
Ooh,
Yeah, that is who I
could
thought
get
it was.
Behind that.
Woo, he is. Oh, I just want him to do bad things in the name of science.
Right.
Was he
Weird
Dylan
science.
McDermott's therapist?
Huh?
Was he Dylan McDermott's therapist?
In Murder House, he was the therapist. He was the husband of the family.
The first season in American Horror
Yes,
Story.
the first season of American Horror Story.
The
That's
guy, the
Dylan
really
McDermott.
handsome guy.
Hold on.
Ben
That's
Harmon.
the guy that was just at Pensacon? That's Dylan McDermott.
McDermott, yeah.
That's Dylan McDermott.
Did I say his
But-
name wrong? No,
but
it's
that's
Ben. Oh,
perfect casting.
I said Ben
would watch
Harmon
that.
because I was
looked
looking
it
at
up
the
because
name
I
of the
knew who you were
character.
talking about.
The
No,
name
it's
of the
Dylan
character, Ben
McDermott. I've been sick. Forgive
And
me.
see, I wouldn't have known it if you said the actor's name, but I knew the character's name. So when you said that, I was like, wait, that is who I think it is?
Because that's what I was thinking. I was like Ben Harmon, and because I was reading the thing.
I don't
Hey.
know. I was like, who the heck is
He
Ben
looks-
Harmon?
You know what? My dyslexia and ADHD is really
It's
on
okay.
point today.
All right,
I
let's get on to the
understand.
next character.
Oh,
So,
Bear, you haven't given yours.
right.
Yeah.
Because I was going to say, I struggled with this, much like Jay did. And if you go back to our first episode, you'll see how much he struggled with really, really wanting to cast this character as a good guy, but just couldn't. I got Mr. Esposito as my Victor Von
Love
Doom.
that.
Yes.
Yeah.
He needs to be DC's Victor too.
He's
Yeah.
such a good bad guy.
Oh,
He
he's
is
such
such
a
a
good bad
great
guy.
bad guy. All right. So a little lesser known character, unless you are a diehard Fantastic Four fan, we have our next character, Annihilus.
Yes, Annihilus. So this is a character I knew nothing about. So what I did is I went to YouTube because Bear told me his voice is what really matters.
Right.
A character I'd never known before.
He's
and when
going
I
to be
listened,
as CG as Ultron was if they ever put him in live action. So
I was thinking of an iconic voice for a villain, and what other better iconic voice for a villain than Mark Hamill?
Yeah.
Really?
Dude. Yep.
Well, I guess I'm going to go ahead and give you mine because mine was also Mark Hamill.
Go ahead and give him mine because mine is also Mark Hamill.
Yes!
We all just love Mark Hamill.
Hold on, Trav.
Okay.
Should we cave to peer pressure at this point and just say Mark Hamill?
No, 'cause now
I
you
mean-
gotta be different. Now you gotta be different.
Yeah, no, now we gotta be different.
And
Okay,
now
hold on.
I gotta
hold
be
on.
the standout guy.
Okay,
Who
Travis.
was-
Kevin Conroy. No, I'm kidding.
Shame on you because that would have been great. That would have been perfect.
That
No,
would've-
who was it that voiced? Let me look him up. Hold on.
A few moments later.
it was probably Mark Hamill.
Mark
If
Hamill
we
has
were
a lot
talking
of
about
voices.
Skeletor, it was Mark Hamill. One.
You know, I went my whole childhood.
If you're talking about Lord Ozai, it was Mark Hamill.
I couldn't hear him.
If you're talking about the Joker.
Yeah.
Steve Bloom.
Steve who?
Bloom.
Steve Bloom.
Oh my
Steve
God,
Bloom.
yes. I love that.
All right,
He's
Jay,
You
so
want
Jay,
to talk
who that
about an
is?
iconic voice? That is a voice that just rings from anywhere. I can hear him
Give me some
from
characters.
anywhere. And Spike.
He's
from
Starscream in
Cowboy
the
Bebop.
Transformers movies.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
Because
an
honestly,
anime
when I
voice
listened to
actor.
when I listened to the voice of Annihilus, it kind of gave me Starscream vibes.
Yeah. No, I can see that. No, I'm actually
you
a
go.
little upset that I
It may
couldn't
have
come up
been
with that.
Steve Bloom in animation, though. It may have been
Yeah.
him.
That's possible because he's
Possible.
done everything. A little bit of something in everything.
He's been
All
at
right.
CoastCon, I think.
Yeah.
All right, Ori, who you got?
Okay, I'm gonna go the other side of Transformers here. I'm gonna go with the big guy. I would like Peter Cullen,
Optimus' voice actor.
Optimus Prime.
Okay.
Like he just gives me that feeling, and
I can
that,
see
Really
that.
cool because it's another
Yeah.
robot. I mean, it would be
Yeah.
a call
It
out
works.
to anyone that knew.
Yeah. Definitely.
It works.
Actually, fun fact: Peter Cullen's on my list somewhere. Yeah. So yeah, it's gonna be great.
Very excited
But
to see that.
we're not there yet. Let's get to Sabretooth, the
Mr. Sabretooth.
anti-Wolverine. I guess.
So, I'm a big CW fan. Oh, that's still showing up.
Mark
Oh,
Hamill
Mark
as
Hamill.
Stephen Amell.
Ooh.
Ooh,
Oh,
okay.
I actually love that.
fun.
And I also have his brother somewhere on my list too.
Ooh.
I got both of the Amell brothers.
Dude, I loved the what was it? Super 8 or what? No, it wasn't Super 8. There was a film they did on Netflix about superpowers. It was him and his brother. It was like powers were like a regulated thing in the world, but people still use them for bad, and that's why they needed regulation. I don't remember the name of it, but if I ever remember it, or if one of our fandomites does, let us know if you enjoyed it, because I know I did. It was very, very good.
Okay.
Jay, who you got for Sabretooth?
So, I have Ryan Hurst from Sons of Anarchy. Oh, hello, there's
Oh.
Code. I must have put them in the wrong order. I'm sorry.
I don't actually see yours.
There it is. No,
There
it's
he
right there.
it is. Okay.
Yep.
Oh
Nice.
yeah.
I love that, and he's already got all the facial hair. Like,
And so I, if you've seen the last part of this, which I don't know if Tyler has, or I know Orey was on it with us, but I cast Matt Berry from What We Do in the Shadows as Wolverine. And so I wanted to go the other route and do this really, really intimidating presence as Sabretooth. So
dude,
see
and
that.
Opie, though he was the big teddy bear, essentially, that he was of Sons of Anarchy, you still didn't want to mess with him. So
Yeah.
I still have to
think
watch that show. I
and you can even
Don't know
do the
why I
same
haven't.
thing
when you
with
moved
your
down here,
creep.
bro, I got the whole series on DVD. I loved it that much. Like, I thought about getting an SOA tattoo at one point. Love that show. I have one of the actors from that show on my list somewhere. Tyler,
Yes.
who do you want to cast for Sabretooth?
Jai Courtney.
Remind me
I
who
don't
that
know who
is.
that is.
Okay, what is his
Boomerang.
name? Eric off of the Divergent movie. The guy with the
Oh,
Boomerang too, right?
Yes.
He was in what?
Isn't he Captain Boomerang?
Is he Captain? Oh, he is Captain Boomerang. You're right.
Yes!
Okay.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay.
Great
All the
casting.
DC actors, just come to the winning team. Just,
All they're
Come on.
giving
DC
while
is
it's
a
going
dumpster
through
fire.
the end of the world.
I mean,
Come
oh
here.
my God, I didn't even put that together. But think about it. Just add some fur to him. That would be a really good.
yeah. I mean, he
And
already
make
wears
him
the fur
blonde.
jacket, in when he's Captain Boomerang. So
Man,
I
Definitely.
wanted to keep the accent though.
yeah, keep
Right.
the Aussie accent.
Jackson was good.
He would also be great with Matt Berry. So
Yes.
Yeah.
I gotta say I like that.
Ori, who you got for
My
Sabretooth?
future husband.
Jason.
Yes, Jason
Uh,
Momoa.
Oh, you mean this guy who I also cast?
I love you.
I have
I've
him
stood
on my
within
list
2
as well,
feet of him, and
not
he's the
there.
sweetest human being ever.
He's
That's
the
impossible.
nicest, but
That's
like,
impossible, Jay. You're the sweetest human being.
hold on. And I'm going to tell you why I think he would be fantastic. Has anybody seen C on Apple TV?
No,
No.
but I wanted to watch.
Okay.
the
I
blind
just
thing,
started
right?
it. Don't ruin anything.
No, I'm just saying he's a beast. Like,
Well, I mean,
straight up.
The first
And I
episode,
think he
he's
would
a
be
fucking
absolutely
monster.
fantastic.
he is the
Everything he
reason
said
I
is a beast.
watched Game of Thrones season 1 because of Carl Drogo.
Oh,
Like-
Yeah.
read that.
Absolutely.
The
Yeah, but you
knotted
need to edit
beard
that. I
and the
just
knotted. Yeah,
Drop the
no,
F-bomb.
I completely agree. All right,
I'm
next
sorry,
character.
it's getting hot.
See, yep,
Okay.
nope. Let's get on to the next character. This one, I hope, doesn't make you hot. We got Toad.
I mean, that tongue, you know.
And this is another character I guess I didn't really know much of, but just off of the look, I went
He
with
was in
Michael
one.
Cera.
Nice.
That's yeah. No, I could see that, and he hasn't been in much lately. So get him over to the MCU.
Yes.
I can
I
see
don't think
that.
has he done any kind of heroes other than if you call Scott Pilgrim a hero. But
I call Scott
really.
Pilgrim a hero. It's
It's
based
a
off of a
comic book
comic book. He's a
adaptation.
hero. Yeah.
I wouldn't say
So-
he was a hero in that movie. He was more of a hero for himself.
Well, that's true too. I like that though. Jay, tell us who you got here. This picture here.
So I'm gonna be horrible, right? I'm gonna go ahead and steal a new DC actor and just take him away already. I've got Paul Dano.
Okay.
Okay, but I love it. I want
Thank
him to
you.
play every villain.
Every
Yes,
villain.
me too.
Just
Exactly.
everyone.
In this essay.
All right, Tyler, who are you thinking for the long-tongued Brotherhood member?
I'm gonna have to agree with Sarah, with Michael Cera. Like isn't that his name? Yeah.
Yeah,
like,
Michael Cera.
that's
Yeah.
that's way too perfect of a fit to argue with. I love it.
I hope I can change your mind, but that is a hard one to beat with mine. But Ori, who did you want to cast for?
Hold on,
Terry
I'm
before
grabbing
we
the
move on?
picture.
It's gonna be so funny if it's the same person
Hold on.
as me again.
Andy Samberg.
Oh, I love
Fun.
that! I love that so much.
Yeah.
He's got
Alright.
the humor.
He's
got
got
the
the humor.
charm. I think he's
done
perfect.
These serious roles. I
He
would
does
love to see
serious
him in a
and
series.
comedy, so yeah, that would be great. Yeah,
He just his delivery with lines
I
has
still-
that cadence I've always thought for Toad.
all of those are great. I still think mine is perfect. This is the Jonah Hill I'm willing to die on. Pete Davidson.
I almost did that.
Ah,
Perfect.
dude, okay, well I cast him in the Fantastic Four.
That's true. He
Don't
can play
worry,
both.
We are not discussing.
That would actually work really well.
Yeah,
That would work really well.
I mean, it was him or Steve-O from
Oh,
the Jackass.
No, I
but
think
he's a
you're more
little
right
old.
on.
So yeah,
But yeah, Davidson's great.
Oh, this
All right.
next character was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
The Blob.
Yeah.
which we've already had one live action portrayal of this character.
We don't talk about that movie though, do we?
I don't feel like he was done justice personally. So
no.
let's
I don't know
Let's-
how many of you know this actor. He was on a show called This Is Us. His name is Chris Sullivan,
Yeah.
and I think he would play a perfect Blob.
Can I hate to be this person. He's Taserface.
Is he really?
Wait, he's
Yeah.
Taserface?
Taser. Yeah.
Where do you get a name like Taserface?
I didn't even recognize him at all.
Well, it's because of
I
the
know,
Taser
right?
face.
I'm still willing to die on that Jonah Hill.
It's a great casting.
that is a
except
great
that
casting.
He wore a fat suit and This Is Us, but yeah, it's a great casting.
I could see it. Jay, you had this fine gentleman here.
Yes, Paul Walter House
Oh!
from Richard Jewell, by Clint Eastwood and Cruella. He's not really doing acting as much as he was before. He's kind of stepped away from it, but
He's in
I
Cobra
think
Kai.
I'm sorry?
He's in Cobra Kai.
Yeah.
Yet another episode we haven't done.
Yep. But I
Yes,
think
you
he would
go,
just be
guy.
great because he's an actor, and I think even with fat suits and prosthetics, it's important to have the talent to play.
I just
the
want
role.
to isolate that line, and just because he's an actor, like that's the general description. He's an actor. He's
an actor.
It's kind of like if you take a soundbite. That's a good soundbite because he's an actor. That's why. Yeah, I love it.
That's his job.
Yeah, Tyler, who did you want to cast for the unmovable?
Look, you're gonna laugh, and I'm gonna sacrifice a really good option simply to keep a little bit of my nostalgia alive. But I'm gonna have to go with Michael Myers, man.
Yes.
Like
That's so
Austin
stupid.
Powers?
Yeah, baby.
Yes,
Yes.
because he played Fat Bastard.
That
Yep.
bastard so well, and he did such a good job. I would watch it. I would watch it simply to see him in a fat suit one more time.
One more time.
I would too. I'd
There it
watch
is.
that movie. I'd watch a movie of nothing but Michael Myers playing Blob.
Oh my god.
Oh my god,
Fox
it would be good.
Studios, The Blob.
Right?
X-Men Origin.
Oh my god, yes.
Brotherhood Origins, The Blob.
I'm struggling with that one.
That's
I'm here
Oh.
for it.
Orey. Who do you want?
Jonah Hill.
That's a good Jonah Hill to die on.
That
that's
is like,
good.
I think he's absolutely funny. He's got that wry sense of humor, and I've been watching him in a lot of like serious stuff lately. I just watched him in
Exactly.
a TV show called Manic, and like his delivery with the
Manic was
insanity.
really good.
Oh, it was so good.
So
and I think
good.
he would be fantastic as the Blob.
And if we're talking about an adult brotherhood, because we are, that's perfect. Really, it is.
Well, this, Matt Reeves and Warner Brothers actually approached him about Penguin, and he wanted $10 million, and they told him it was impossible.
Oh, wow.
But, Colin Farrell was my other fan cast for Blob after seeing the Batman.
After seeing
I was
Penguin.
like,
Yeah.
God.
I have an actor on my list because of their portrayal in that movie, but we'll get there.
Samesies.
I have multiple Batman actors.
So my Blob was actually one of Adam Sandler's best friends, Kevin James.
Yes.
Yes!
Okay,
Yeah,
So,
dude.
mostly because
Perfect.
of his performance in Here Comes the Boom.
Here comes the
Yep.
boom. Yeah.
So, but I mean, I love him as an actor. King of Queens, I thought was a great show. I liked it better than Everybody Loves Raymond. So
did I.
it just, he's a better actor to me personally. All right, next character we had Avalanche.
So this is another character I knew nothing about, but I wanted to put both of the Amell brothers in here. So I got Robbie Amell, if I can find it. Yeah, Robbie Amell.
There you go.
I mean, it's a character I really don't know much about.
Right.
He's got a helmet on his head, so I was thinking of who reminds me of a smaller John Cena. Robbie Amell.
Smaller John Cena.
A smaller John.
Is he even harder to see? Because he's a smaller John Cena.
He's microscopic.
Microscopic.
Jay, you didn't cast an Avalanche, if I remember
did not.
correctly. Do you want to just throw a name out?
John Cena.
And his name is John Cena. He's gonna get in the ring.
John Cena. Well, all right.
That
Patreon.
works.
Whatever works, you know. Tyler, who did you want to cast for the
Clive
Earth-shaking?
Owen.
Okay.
I'm having to pull these things off the cuff as we go. I am blind on
I
this,
love this.
but
I love that whole aesthetic.
Clive Owen, do you know who he is?
I'm looking him up right now.
I've heard
yes.
Older?
Somebody found him. What?
Yeah,
Is
Beard
he
found
older
him.
now?
He is an older guy.
Yeah.
Clive Owen. There
He's
you
playing
go.
Bill Clinton.
Ooh,
Okay,
yes.
Yeah, he's currently playing Bill Clinton. Yeah.
Is currently playing Bill Clinton.
Yes, he's
know
currently
that.
playing Bill Clinton.
I don't know how to feel about that anymore. Like,
He did not have sexual relations with that
Clinton.
helmet. That's all I'm saying.
definitely
With the
did.
helmet. Oh, God.
Orey, who did you want to cast?
I've got to go with. I got to go with John Cena.
I actually cast, which I'm really sad that he's not here for this. I cast Colin K. Bass for
Oh,
Avatar.
I saved him.
Absolutely.
I saved
But-
him.
Just because I feel like he could do that nerd just, and I like seeing him in a helmet. Judge Dredd,
Judge
Power
Dredd,
Rangers,
yeah, he does.
all
I
that
want to
stuff.
say
Dredd.
something real quick.
So-
That guy's jawline called me unattractive. Like
this
That
this
is-
jawline right here.
that is the most attractive jawline I've ever seen in my entire life. I'm
He's
starting to
insulting us
question-
just by his looks.
Dude,
I'm starting to
Yes.
question some things about myself today.
dude, now that
I
you
didn't
said
have
that,
to do that, but
now
yes.
that you said that, I want to pitch to him for Nerdbot Studios to do a Crimson Chin movie.
Oh, dude, it would be so good.
Yes.
Colin, if you're watching this episode that unfortunately you couldn't be on, Crimson Chin live action origin story from the Fairly Odd Parents, you play Crimson Chin.
I would throw money at that.
I
Who
would
would
too.
be the bronze kneecap?
Dude.
Wow.
Oh,
would
it's
love to
really
see
sad that he's dead, but you know who would be perfect?
Who?
Who just passed away a few days ago, guys?
Oh, Gilbert Gottfried.
Gilbert Gottfried.
Yeah.
Yes.
dude.
I was gonna say
Yes.
him or the guy that did that created Phineas and Ferb that does the voice of Doofenshmirtz.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think he'd play a great bronze kneecap.
Dan Povenmire. Yes.
Yes.
All right, next up on the list, the devious Mr. Sinister.
Ooh.
Mr. Sinister.
So I was giving Mama Bear a little backstory on this character. He is not necessarily that he is a huge X-Men villain, but he is a villain of Scott and Jean. I didn't know when they were focusing on him in the old animated show that in the comics, like, he was a problem for at least the two of them specifically. Now, of course, the whole team went to go and deal with him, but because he already genetically altered people to get the best out of them, and that's creepy. Like, that's just already a whole nother level of weird. And he's got that pale white skin. So, Beard, who did you cast for Mr. Sinister?
I love that you said pale white skin because I'm going with pale Superman.
Henry Cavill. Henry Cavill.
Oh yes.
How do
He's
we
on the
have
list.
the same reference image? That's neat.
Mm.
Okay, Jay, who'd you cast for? Who's this
I
gentleman
went
here?
with Lucifer, Tom
Oh,
Ellis.
yes. Tom Ellis would be great.
Oh, I'm so
Love
torn.
that.
I'm so
He's
torn.
got that perfect vibe.
I want a charming Mr. Sinister. He doesn't have to be so dark. He could be charming to hide
Okay.
it.
Transition.
You know, I just had a thought.
I just had a thought as well.
What if, for the rest of this episode, since Tyler and Orey didn't prepare a list, not that we're mad at them for that, but just to make this a little more interesting, what if me and Brian and Jay go through our lists for the rest of these characters, and they choose from one of our three which one they think would best fit the role?
Yeah, that's a lot better than my thought. I was just.
I'm
thinking
down. I'm down. I've got my drink. I'm ready.
All right, let's do it. So you said Lucifer. So we're still on Mr. Sinister. Jay said Lucifer. Brian said Henry Cavill. I said Keanu Reeves.
Ah, wow.
Yes, dude.
No,
my
you
pick, by
can't
the
do
way.
this to me.
Because the long hair, the dramatic role, the creepiness, just take his John Wick and turn him evil. That's Mr. Sinister.
Okay, imagine all three of those guys playing Mr. Sinister and meeting each other as Mr. Sinister.
A multiverse.
In the multiverse?
Yeah, that'd be.
I mean, everything's multiverse now, right?
Hold on. You're supposed to be selling your characters here. Sell them to me.
All right. So
Henry
Keanu
Cavill,
Reeves,
that's
I
all.
just have to show you a picture of Keanu
God.
because he just looks it.
Oh yeah.
I just have to
Keep
say
the
Henry
hair.
Cavill.
I don't even need the buzz cut. I'm fine with long hair on Sinister.
Right?
Not the right. My bad. I just changed our thing. And then we had Lucifer's actor here.
I mean, as I said before, I just think he's charming, and I think it would be an interesting portrayal of Sinister, who isn't just like cold and calculating the whole time. He's kind of just like this socialite. Maybe he has a public persona. Who knows?
I would love to see him play Mr. Sinister, but then also turn out to be Mephisto. Just
Right.
because I need that to happen.
Meta! Meta!
Okay, but Henry
Don't
Cavill.
say the Eric
Let
Boss
Henry
tricky
Cavill.
word.
All right, ladies first.
We all know
Ori,
what
out
Ori's
of those
thinking.
three,
Oh,
who do you think fits the role better?
I've got to go with Keanu Reeves. I
Oh,
think
that's a
he's-
number
he's
one right
got
there. That's
that,
the number one.
you know, amazing, just that sinister vibe, and I always want to see him play a bad guy. Always. He is so good at it. And I just got to go with Keanu.
Okay. Tyler, who
I'm gonna
out
have
of
to
those
agree.
three?
Number one, because
Also
that was
number
my
one.
pick anyway.
Yay!
Yay!
I'm
That
in
is
the
a great
lead if our
choice.
points meant anything. So
Keanu. Well, we're all winning because everything is great with these castings.
yes,
So,
I completely 100% agree. All right, judges. Our next character on the chopping block is Kraven the Hunter.
now
Spider-Man
mine should not come to a surprise to anyone because this is the Jonah Hill I've always been willing to die on.
I think we
Jason
talked-
Momoa.
Yeah, no, Jason Momoa.
That he just looks like a Kraven the Hunter.
He does so much, and I love it.
He is a
so much.
warrior.
Yeah, no, I agree. Jay.
So I realized before you reveal it that I'm gonna have to struggle and push this case a little bit harder than most. But I went with an actor who has a very small role in the Batman, but has a very large role in a show called Our Flag Means Death that I'm watching on HBO Max. I went with Con O'Neill, who plays Izzy Hands. The reason I'm gonna have to push this a little bit is because he's tiny. He's about 5'6". He's not very tall.
Tom Cruise is tiny, and he's in a ton of stuff where he has to be weird.
And not just
We
that,
have the technology.
that could
We
be
do.
part of the aesthetic too. Like everyone underestimates him being able to kill
Because he's smaller.
That
And he's
I-
got this very distinct voice. He sounds like he smokes. I don't know if he does, but it's that kind of raspy.
Yeah.
And I just think it would be interesting with an accent.
I could see
Yeah.
it. I could see
Yeah.
it. I went with Henry Cavill.
Hey, that's a great looking photo.
Son of a bitch!
Great.
Great looking photo of him.
So I went with Henry Cavill because of the hairy chested scene from Justice League. And that not because he's hairy chested, because it made me realize he is barrel chested. I feel like that is a dominant feature of Kraven. Like he's got the pecs that have the coat on it, plus his portrayal in The Witcher, where he's already kind of a hunter. Come on.
Jason
I mean,
Momoa would tear him
You're
apart.
right.
That is
Every day.
I want to debate you on that, but I can't. So-
I also forgot to mention this. Con O'Neill is in Chernobyl, so that's a show he has a Russian accent in, I believe.
Yep.
Okay.
Actually, I think I want to cast Tyler the Great.
He's got the beard for it.
Right? But okay, so I'm doing the Sabretooth cosplay thing right now. So
Yeah.
yeah.
All right, Ori, out of did you beard me or Jay?
Okay, two of my future ex-husbands are on the list. So, like, this makes it very difficult for me. But I'm gonna have to go with Jay's on this and go with hands. because after watching him in Our Flag Means Death, he's got that great like charm that I feel for Craven. I love you, Jason. Don't leave me, Henry. Please call me.
Well,
but
I mean, he looks like it too. When Jay pulled up that photo, that looks like a Craven the Hunter. It really does.
No, I mean
he's
he
really got
already
the
does.
personality
Yeah,
for
like
it.
Yeah.
they would have now Jason Momoa. They wouldn't have to change much for Henry Cavill. He'd have to grow back out the stash, maybe a goatee if he can. I'm not sure if he can. If they can't, then but at least they wouldn't have to digitally alter it like they did for Justice League.
Right.
But no, he already and he looks like, and this isn't an insult if these actors ever find this show, he looks more aged, and that is a good thing for Craven the Hunter because he is so much older than Spider-Man. Like,
Right.
It's just it's a great. Yeah, I like it. I like it. Tyler, what do you think?
I'm gonna have to go with Jason Momoa.
Thank you.
Oh yes.
Yeah,
All
that's
right.
too good. That's too
All right.
good.
All right. Well, let's
He's
move
just
on.
too perfect. That's my problem.
Yeah,
He's too
he's
perfect.
too perfect.
I could cast him in everything for the rest of this list, and I would try to pick him, but
I don't know. Seeing him in that, I was fixing to say, seeing him in that black leather white fur suit for Black Cat would be a little weird, but
Yeah.
you know what? I'd do
He
it.
could pull it off.
I'd
now
watch
he could.
it.
Now he could play the Black Cat, the father of of Felicia Hardy. Yeah.
Stop
would be
giving me these thoughts.
All right. Let's go to the other symbiote, the other spider wearer. We got Venom on the list now.
Ooh, that is a
For those of
great
y'all that
photo
saw-
of Venom, by the way.
Thank you. For those of y'all that saw No Way Home, of course, we have a little Easter egg that a little piece of the Venom symbiote is now in our MCU timeline. But Eddie Brock, played by Tom Hardy, went back over to his Sonyverse, so we have to cast an Eddie Brock / Venom. Brian, who you got?
I wanted to cast a dick because back in the old 90s
A
cartoon
detective?
that I loved,
You wanted to cast a detective?
I mean, he was just always such a jerk. And so I thought, what actor plays a great jerk in a show? Anthony Starr.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, I like that.
Yes.
Not as much as mine, but I like that. I do. Jay, who you got?
So I do want to real quick, because we're talking about MCU pictures that might feature symbiotes.
Mhm.
I don't know if anybody else saw, but it looks like something with tentacles and big white teeth in Thor: Love and Thunder. And we're getting all black the Necro Sword. So fingers crossed that because all black isn't a Sony symbiote, that he can
Okay.
show up here.
Yeah.
But I have Dacre Montgomery from Stranger Things and Power Rangers.
Now, who did he play in Stranger Things?
Billy Hargreaves, the older brother. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
He was the 80s, the Teen
love
Top
his car.
driving.
Yeah. Mhm.
Such a great car.
Yeah.
Hairband boy, not death metal.
Yeah, he was the a-hole. Yeah,
Mhm.
I remember.
Perfect Eddie Brock type.
Love his character.
Thanks to his portrayal in Matt Reeves' The Batman, I want to cast Robert Pattinson.
Whoa.
Mostly because I want to see him go up against Tom Holland's Spider-Man with the quippiness and turn into that brooding a-hole of a character that Eddie Brock is, and then get the symbiote. And I'd love to see what he does with the voice.
Yeah.
So if vampires, do become bats, eventually, then I guess they also become alien symbiotes, or at least that's what I'm hoping. So
It's a great casting.
Orey, out of those three, what do you think?
Okay. I was really leaning with Jay's pick. Like, I thought that would be fantastic. I thought the rise of humor, the feeling that he could bring to that character. But I gotta go with Pattinson on this. I love Robert Pattinson. I think he could do amazing things in the MCU. And
I just want to see him brood more. Like,
he's so good at brooding.
Have
He's
Sam
so
Raimi
good at
direct it
I
again.
just want to watch him suffer.
I do. But I want to be
Pattinson
there
comes to the
afterwards.
MCU, he needs to bring Reeves with him to direct his film. Like that.
No, but Reeves needs to do Daredevil.
Agreed. 100% agreed.
Reeves needs to do
Yeah.
that.
Tyler, out of those three, the
Pattinson.
Pattinson as well.
That was an easy choice. As soon as
I'm
you
going
brought it
with
up, I was
Pattinson
like,
as well.
Tyler, I'm starting to like you, sir.
I mean,
Pattinson sounds great.
All right. We mentioned her actually when we were talking about Jason Momoa for Kraven the Hunter. We got Black Cat on the list. Now, she's on the villain side of the list because she starts out as a villain. She becomes an anti-hero, but when we first meet her, she's a villain. So, Beard, who did you cast for Miss Felicia Hardy?
Katie McGrath.
Okay.
She's amazing.
Yes.
And that's all I have to say. Katie McGrath.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Jay, who did you
So
cast?
I just got done watching a show on HBO Max called The White Lotus, and I really actually loved that show. It's really fun, dramatic, over the top fun. But I cast Sydney Sweeney. She's a bit on the younger side, but I think she would go right alongside Tom Holland. No problem.
You know, fortunately, you actually have to cast because they are the same age. They went to school together.
Yep.
So she has to at least look like she's a freshman in college.
Right.
So, and I went with another studious portrayal actress. I went with Emma Watson.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mostly because I want to see her Felicia Hardy more than I want to see her Black Cat, because I think she could play the prim and proper, you know, worried about Morbius, which that is a character we should have put on the list, but there was a Morbius movie out, so we didn't do that. But those two characters are very interlinked. I think she could play Felicia Hardy very well. Thus, I think she could play Black Cat pretty well too.
Absolutely.
Because Black Cat's
Cat for my
essentially
picture.
Marvel's Catwoman, so you know.
She was J.K. Rowling too.
Yeah.
She was a cat one time in Harry Potter.
Yeah, she was a Harry Potter Catwoman. There you go.
She was J.K.
She's already
Rowling.
been a cat. She deserves it. Ori, out of those three, who you got?
I have to go with Sweeney. I think I just finished that show as well, and I think she would absolutely kill it. I think she's got the acting chops, and she I think she could do it.
Awesome. Okay. Tyler.
I have to go with Emma Watson.
Okay. I like my choice as well.
I was
I think
leaning so close to Emma, but
It was such a hard, because I mean that is a good one, but you gotta think like Emma Watson has. I think I agree with you of the whole alter ego thing. She could do really well, but I do worry that she wouldn't carry the Black Cat part of it as far as she should.
And you have to be worried about that, which
Right.
even, you know, because with
Absolutely.
CGI and everything, they're not going to cast another actress to play her Black Cat form.
Right.
So now, if that was the case, I could have cast someone specifically for Black Cat, but that would have been interesting. Up next, we got the Kingpin's guy in the chair. We got Alistair Smythe.
Guy in the chair.
Guy in the chair.
So, any fans of Game of Thrones in here?
Right here.
Mr. Ben Crompton.
Oh, I love that.
Yep.
He was actually one of my favorite members of the Night's Watch.
He just looks aesthetically like Smite.
Yeah.
And
no,
you could see him being that intelligent millionaire guy in the
for sure. Jay, you're his is actually down the list a little bit. Who you got
sorry.
for Smite? No, you're fine.
So you were just talking about Morbius, and it's not Jared Leto, but it's opposite Jared Leto in Morbius, former Doctor Who star Matt Smith.
Yes!
Oh!
Matt Smith.
Yeah.
I will say, after everything I've heard about Morbius, I wasn't going to watch it, but when I heard that his performance in there is just incredible, I want to
He's
see more
great.
Matt Smith, so I'm going to give the movie a watch when it comes out.
He's the best part.
I'm going to concede to Matt Smith because I want to now
Me
change
too.
my answer.
No, I'm not.
No,
Ben
you
Crompton's
can't.
amazing.
You gotta go with
just-
what you got, bruh.
But just so that y'all are aware, I didn't cast him. I cast Jesse Eisenberg.
That's
No.
great.
Okay.
Nice.
Because I don't know, because the hair, the animated hair, but him playing the son
Science
of
guy.
the scientist, the nerdy guy, I can see that, and he can also have a little bit of humor because of Zombieland. So, but you know, it's neither here nor there because, like I said, I could see Matt Smith. Orey, out of those two, because I'm out unless you just really like Jesse Eisenberg.
Okay, so I like Matt Smith. I think he's really talented. I loved him in Doctor Who. I'm just not a big fan of his. I like his more serious stuff, like when he does period pieces and stuff like that. I think he's fantastic. But I've got to go with Ben on this. I think he's got the look, he's got the style, he's got the attitude that would be great for Smythe.
Absolutely. Thank you.
A bearded Smythe would be very interesting too. Like, don't make him cut his facial hair. Just let him keep it. I think that'd be great. Tyler, out of those, unless you really, like I said, unless you just really like Jesse.
I was kind of caught into it, but the more I think about it, I'm gonna have to go with the beards option here.
Okay. Yeah. No, it's a good win. It's a good win.
I feel like it's an all around good answer. So like,
okay. So our next character, who I actually share a name with, Dr. Curtis Connors, aka the Lizard.
Yes.
Coming at you, Beard. Who did you cast for the?
I cannot pronounce this guy's name, and I'm not gonna try because I will butcher it and I will be disrespectful. But this man is Dr. Connors.
Yes, dude. Okay. See, I immediately had a
from Heroes.
From Heroes, because he was the Lizard.
Heroes is definitely the big part I'm pulling his character from, but he also was in the Flash.
Yeah, he was Bloodwork
and
in
that
the Flash.
had a lot of
you talking
scientist cursing himself.
So lost.
Jay, who did you cast for the alter ego of Dr. Curtis Connors? Or
I have Obi-Wan Kenobi. I have Ewan McGregor.
I like that, like a lot.
Cool too.
Okay. All right. Well, I guess I got to bring my A game. I wanted Orlando Bloom.
Oh, son of a biscuit!
We're making it hard for him this time.
I think he could play the Doctor great. I think he could give some of the lizardiness just from his and this is solely on his portrayals in all of the Pirates movies he was in. Just, I want him to channel his inner Johnny Depp and be the Lizard, but I want him to be his character, like style from the Pirates movies when he's not Connors. Like, I think that would be a great dynamic. And he aged so beautifully. Like, Tyler was talking earlier about how Colin's jawline offended him. When I looked at a current picture of Orlando Bloom, I was like, how?
To be clear, I did not say it offended me. At best, I said it excited me.
Like, excited you.
Let's get it clear.
You have the same jawline. It's just behind the beard. I got you.
No. The beard only gives the illusion of a strong jawline. It's all like, no.
All right, Orey, out of those three, who you got?
I've got to go with the beard on this. As a huge Heroes fan and a fan of that actor, I think he could pull off the whole like smart aleck doctor that I see in that character, like and like the intelligence for that character that's really needed. I've seen him portrayed before, so I'm down for it.
And I know that Orey does.
I think he would be a great mentor to Tom Holland's Spider-Man.
Oh,
I think they would have
absolutely agree.
And I know that Orey doesn't know this because she doesn't watch the DC stuff, but Bloodwork and Doc Connors kind of have the same goal.
Yep.
It's to
gotta cure myself
humanity of all disease by making humanity like them.
Yep.
So once they have their
I know the character. So my main problem with Orlando Bloom is he's too pretty. Like,
he's too pretty.
I just want to look at him.
Turning him into a lizard would be a disgrace.
Yes, I think it would be a disgrace to that jawline.
I got you. Tyler, out of those three, who you got?
Okay, so Kirk Connors is one of my favorite villains. So I'm gonna have to go with my guy from Heroes. But here's the reason why. Kirk Connors wasn't just a bad guy. You were right when you said that he was a mentor. He was an important, an integral part of the story. So there had to have been like a large amount of likability there for the character. And I absolutely loved Kurt Connors. Just about any time they portrayed him, I've got like an attachment. Maybe it's because I have like daddy issues or something. But
and his role in Heroes honestly has some mirroring to Kurt Connors too.
Very much so.
He was working on himself, and he actually made himself into a monster in there too. And he was a brilliant scientist.
Well,
and
he
turned into a monster.
The duality of it and like the mirroring of that character to what he could do with Doc Connors is absolutely fantastic.
It's like Inception. It's a roll inside a roll inside
yes.
a roll inside a roll. Same role, different character. All right, moving on. Next character, one of Daredevil's main villains. That would be Mr. Bullseye.
Wait, are we
now?
There yet?
Yes, we are on Bullseye. He is after Lizard.
It must be out of order on this.
Now, this is, of course, like when we said our first episode, the Netflix shows have not been technically made canon.
Right.
So
we don't know.
Because there was a Bullseye in the Daredevil show. Since we don't know for sure that those are canon, we're recasting Bullseye. Beard, who you got?
So this will also touch any fans of Game of Thrones. Aidan Gillen. Because I just want to hear him run his mouth.
Yeah. Yeah. Just that chauvinistic, just don't even have to really try. Just bloop, got it. No, I can see that. That's actually really good.
Ooh, I think Nerd Squatch might have me beat.
Don't reveal it yet because I'm going to talk a little bit about why.
Okay.
I also wanted the idea of, oh my God, when are you going to shut up? When is this guy going to stop talking? And I went with another actor from Our Flag Means Death, and who starred alongside Jason Bateman in Arrested Development, Will Arnett.
Yes. Yes.
Love
Applause. That. I love that. No,
Thank you.
I like that.
Oh no,
I like that a lot.
Hard.
Michael!
I could see that though. I went a completely different direction. I wanted because as in Daredevil, we got to learn more about Bullseye, and I cannot forgive Colin Farrell for his portrayal.
But Wilson Bethel is perfect.
Yeah. I wanted a pretty boy, chauvinistic. I actually went with Leonardo DiCaprio.
Fun.
Okay.
So they would have to make his outfit more realistic though, like they did in Daredevil. I can't see him in a skin suit. I just can't.
Yeah,
I'd like to. I would, because it would be funny.
And they could do what I did. They could make it a leather jacket.
But
Aidan Gillen, I could see him in a skin suit.
He's got the seriousness, in past roles, obviously. But he's also got some comedy under his belt.
Yep.
And you kind of need both for Bullseye, because he's cocky, but he deserves to be cocky. So it came off as chauvinistic, but it was also funny a lot too, especially in the animated shows. All right, Orey, I think this looks like a tough one just by looking at your face you got going on.
This is so difficult right now.
Should we pass the Tyler
because
for a second?
I really think Leonardo DiCaprio could do a fantastic job.
Right.
But I've got to go with Aidan Gillen. Like, I got to go with Littlefinger. Like, I think he got that run my mouth, then shoot me in the face because I won't shut up.
Again, cocky, but with the reason to be cocky. I completely agree. No, it's a great casting. Tyler, what do you think?
I'm absolutely going with Jay. I want the guy. I want the guy you want to slap. Just shut up. Just stop it. Yeah, I love that guy. I love that guy.
And I mean, he played Batman.
Yeah,
in the Lego Batman. So that gruffy.
Oh my God, he did, didn't he?
Arguably the second best portrayal of Batman.
It was really good. Like,
that movie gets everything right.
Yep. Unfortunately.
I don't know how I feel about the accuracy of those movies. Like, I have to give it the respect it deserves, but I just don't want to because it's a Lego movie.
Right.
But some of the best games are Lego games.
All right, we only got a few more of these lined up, so let's try to blaze through these so we don't have this being a 3-hour conversation like Eternals was. Next up on the
it was
list,
4 hours. Stop.
Galactus, the devourer of worlds.
I wanted to go for a very, very, very deep voice. Like you hear him coming, you know you're either screwed or saved. And in this case, screwed. James Earl Jones.
Yes. Oh, I love that.
The king
so
himself.
I don't want to vote on this one. I have
Mufasa. Say it again. Mufasa.
Ooh.
Mufasa.
Mufasa. Also, the voice actor that played Scar would also be a very good
Jeremy
honorable
Irons.
mention.
Yeah.
Jeremy Irons, also a very good honorable mention there.
Is this where you have Peter Cullen?
Well, you'll have to wait patiently.
Okay,
to find
sorry.
out. We got Jay coming up next. Who'd you cast?
I also wanted somebody who has a deep voice because why not? This is funny, but if you watch Lucifer, he does a really good job. He does a great acting job.
Oh yeah.
I think they're gonna redesign Galactus. I think he's gonna be a Celestial. So Dennis Haysbert as at least the voice. But if they do a human form, let him be the face as well.
I also love. Well, I love all of his Allstate work, but I also love. He was in a show called The Unit. A little while back. Nice dramatic role for him. Very, very well done.
I loved him in Lucifer. The moment that cliffhanger came and he came in, it's like
they sing Les Mis together. Man.
Yeah.
Right?
I knew God was going to come in at some point in that show, and I couldn't think of anyone who could cast good for that role in that show. And then he showed up, and I'm like, it's obvious. Yeah,
it's the Allstate guy.
It's obvious.
Mine obviously was a little obvious because Orey already called it. It was Peter Cullen.
I knew it.
I wanted Optimus
solely because all the '80s babies would just love it.
Oh yeah. Well, we already have the voice of Megatron.
Yes.
So we need Optimus in here, but he needs to be something else.
Hey, I classed
Do we
him.
have the original Megatron in the MCU?
Not the original, but
we have Hugo Weaving.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have Hugo Weaving.
So
can I say who I cast for this?
Yes.
I picked Terry Crews.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
That would be a great cast, actually.
Terry Crews and Andy
I think he would be
Samberg's
fantastic.
Toad in one movie together.
Yes.
It's just Galactus and Toad for no reason other than Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
And we do know that Galactus takes a human-sized form a couple of times in the comics, like he shrinks down.
Yep.
And just to have Terry Crews standing there in that purple and blue suit with the horns, it's giving me Terry Crews He-Man vibes, and I'm down. I'm here for it.
Yes,
I'm here for it.
Oh, I love Terry Crews so much.
Hold on, because I had a guy for this, and I don't remember his name, and I'm gonna find it. And
Well, while you do that, Orey, out of our three, who do you think for the voice of Galactus?
Oops.
Language. Where is it? We got to put the reminder out
I need
there.
to just keep my cap shield next to me so I can just language.
Subliminal messaging.
Yep.
We put it on the screen enough times, maybe we'll remember.
For gosh sake, watch your language.
That's not going away anytime soon.
Truth. I have to go with. All right, give me the names again, real quick.
James Earl Jones.
Yes.
Dennis Haysbert.
And Peter Cullen.
Nikes.
Those are tough choices.
I've got to go with Jays. I think he would be fantastic. I got to go with it. We're in good hands with Allstate.
Yeah. That's all state stand.
Except it's Galactus.
We don't want to be in Galactus hands.
Galactus just comes out.
He's just here to sell insurance.
No,
right. Did you pay up your planet insurance this month?
Galactus selling planet
insurance. So it's life insurance. Hold on. And I have a reason for this now. So it's life insurance on the Celestial.
Oh,
If your Eternals don't work out, you
yeah.
gotta have life insurance on them.
Or I'm just picturing the Allstate commercial where he's playing Galactus and Chaos, the Chaos guy, is just like, when a world devourer is coming, are you sure you're paid up? That's Allstate Stan. And then he's just like, that's my line.
So Tyler, did you find your guy?
I did, but I actually changed my mind whenever you got me with James Earl Jones, which, by the way, I have to go with at least the voice of James Earl Jones, but got to go with Jay on face.
Yeah.
So,
like if you cast a face, Jay's acting.
If we're going to talk about who I would have picked, I was originally going for the guy that played Jaws, but when I looked at him, I was like, not into it. But it reminded me of someone else that would have been way better as long as I could pick from his 1985 appearance, which would be Dolph Lundgren.
Okay.
But 1985 Dolph Lundgren, like cut up, Rocky, you know,
the Old Spice commercial, DA,
like
Dolph
super
Lundgren,
cut up sexiness. You know what I mean?
This podcast not sponsored by Old Spice.
Allstate or Dolph Lundgren
or Allstate or Dolph Lundgren. That's the end of our villains. We're gonna get into our anti-heroes. We only have a few of those. But before we get all the way out of the villains, let's talk about the rumor that Jim Carrey might be playing an MCU version of MODOK.
No.
If it wasn't for the fact that I heard he's retiring, I would believe those rumors.
It's
but
already
also...
shot, though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, supposedly
it's already shot.
Yeah.
I would love that.
It's still rumored, and I was telling Mama Bear this. He expresses so much in his face, and MODOK is mostly face. So that would be perfect.
Could you just imagine like him going up really close to someone and it's just Jim Carrey's massive face? Oh my god.
Please.
Cable guy.
I need it. I need this.
Well, look who decided to show up. Oh man! Or
For
the
some
Ace
reason,
Ventura
whenever y'all are
facial.
doing that, all I see is the Spy Kids bad CGI face.
George Lopez?
I don't know.
I still feel like that was inspired by
The
fact, at the end of Eternals, I could buy that CGI at this point.
Yeah, because I mean, look, I'm looking at it like this. Those movies do get a bad rap, and they deserve a little bit of it because they didn't spend as much money. But it's a kids movie, so it's okay. But the fact that those movies gave us Chong. Sorry, was it Chong or Cheech?
No, it was both of them. Was it not?
It was Cheech Marin.
Okay, so Cheech was in it. Danny Trejo was in those films, and Antonio Banderas.
Wait,
George Lopez.
You're totally missing. Wait, George Lopez.
Yeah.
Who was the villain? It was one of the action. So was it Sylvester Stallone was a bad guy?
Yes, Stallone was a bad guy.
Oh my god!
Yeah. So those movies had an A-list cast. They were just made for the wrong generation.
And really,
I liked those movies when I was a kid.
Oh yeah, no, they were great when we were kids.
Danny Trejo has mentioned in the movie that he is also Machete.
Yeah.
So Machete and Spy Kids are in the same universe.
Yep.
And Danny Trejo just slaughters tons of people and goes and hangs out with kids, and everybody's okay with that, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's Danny Trejo. We don't question.
All right, moving on to our
question it.
first anti-hero. We talked about him a little bit last week, or last episode when we did part 1. We talked about the fact that Norman Reedus is rumored to be pushing really hard to want to play this character. We have Ghost Rider. Now, for this one, since there are multiple versions of Ghost Rider, we need you to tell us which Ghost Rider you chose and then tell us who you cast. Because there's like 3 or 4 different Ghost Riders.
I went with the Johnny Blaze, and
Okay,
I went with Nick. I went with Nick Sano. He's from DC's Legends of Tomorrow.
Yeah,
I think he could play that really well.
Okay, no, that's a good casting.
That's fine. I love it.
Jay, you casted it.
So, I do have one thing that I didn't make a graphic for. I want to go ahead and fan cast a director for a Ghost Rider movie, Zack Snyder. I know he's got a lot of traction, but I'd watch a Zack Snyder Ghost Rider movie.
Okay, yeah.
Secondly, I went back and forth on if I wanted to do I had such a hard time casting this role because I had Anthony Ramos as Robbie Reyes. And then Anthony Ramos in the past 2 weeks has been cast in Ironheart. And so I got screwed over by it.
Right.
So I went back to Johnny Blaze, and this guy was almost Danny Ketch. But I have Timothy Oliphant from The Mandalorian.
Oh, yeah. I cast him as, I think, my Magneto. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I could see him on a bike. Absolutely.
Yeah. Same. I went with someone that's actually already very famously been on a bike. Also from Sons of Anarchy, much like Ryan Hurst. I went with Charlie Hunnam.
Yep.
Yeah.
For Ghost Rider. For Johnny Blaze.
Blonde Johnny Blaze. Yep. Give it to
I think he could play that tortured Daredevil character. Not Daredevil the character, the Daredevil that he was. Which still makes no sense to me a little bit. But yeah, no, I think he could play that tortured Johnny Blaze character that then becomes the Ghost Rider. I think from origin all the way through, I think he'd be great.
Nick Cage has to be Phantom Rider.
Yes. Orey, out of those three, who do you think?
See, this is really hard because I mean we're all going for different like styles and people, but I have to go with Charlie on this because after being a huge fan of him on Sons of Anarchy, I think he would definitely pull off that tortured soul.
Oh yeah. I mean, and I think he's already got a Reaper tattoo somewhere from that show.
Yes.
Like, I know it's not the full back one, but I think he does have one. So that would be so cool if they used his real tattoo as where the powers start to come out.
Yes.
Like the Reaper, wherever his Reaper tattoo is, like if it's on his shoulder or something, and his powers spawn from there.
But hold on, what if it's on his
No, you stop. Hey, that's just as bad as language, young lady. You stop it.
I didn't say anything.
Tyler.
Yes. I gotta go with you, man. Like
Charlie Hunnam. Okay.
A huge fan. I got a question though. Can you see Cillian Murphy as that Ghost Rider?
What is that? A unicycle Ghost Rider?
That is a penny farthing.
Oh wow.
Oh, like freaking not Penny Dreadful, but Peaky Blinders.
Yeah.
Yes, the guy from Peaky Blinders as him.
I could see
Yes.
that.
Yes.
I'm down for that.
Yes. No, I love it. I thought it was good. All right.
Next character, rounding out. We only got 3 left. This is one of them. We got the Silver Surfer, the Herald of Galactus.
Oh, can I tell a story before we get there?
Yes,
absolutely. We got to meet the guy.
Okay, hold on. I met him at CypherCon.
Doug Jones.
Doug Jones. And he is the best person on this planet. He gives the best hugs. I'm so glad I don't have to recast this now. But I would have picked our boy Colin K. Bass. Just saying.
Okay.
Yes, that'd be a good one.
Colin, are you listening to this episode yet? You've been mentioned 3 times now. Well, 4 if you count the Crimson Chin project. But hey, that's. Yes. There he is.
Hold on, I got a better picture. One second.
Oh my god.
Beard, while she's looking for that, who did you cast for?
So I went into the Doctor Who universe and I pulled out Arthur Darvill.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yes.
He's got the look.
Especially his voice.
Sure.
Yeah.
I want to hear him.
Yes.
His role in Legends would really, really play to that.
I almost went not to the Doctor Who universe, but I almost went with like a voice. I wanted to cast. I can never remember his name. He plays Draco Malfoy.
Oh, yeah. Tom Felton.
Yeah, Tom Felton, because of his role as Alchemy. But I just don't see him being the Herald of Galactus. I feel like that needs to be an older individual than even he is. I do want to cast him for some DC stuff, so I can't wait till we do that. Jay, who did you cast? Oh no, Orey, did you find the photo? Did you have it? Yes.
Yes.
I love that photo. I love Doug Jones.
His panel at CypherCon was amazing. But okay.
Jay, who did you cast for the Silver Surfer?
You mentioned older and casting Tom Felton in DC, but here's a younger actor who recently played a DC role. I have Ray Fisher from Justice League.
Okay. Yeah,
I think
I'm
he's
bored.
been severely underused by Warner, and I think given a more serious role, he could
I could
really
see that actually.
Yeah, and it's not just the chrome; it's just the whole personality he brought to Victor Stone.
It's not just the fact that he already looked a little bit like Silver Surfer.
Just like one part of him wasn't silver. They totally
Right.
butchered the cyborg design, but still.
They did.
I went with someone that I think can pull off a bald look, but also bring an iconic voice and acting style. I went with Lord Voldemort himself, Mr. Ralph Fiennes.
Oh,
or
that
Fiennes.
would be so
Is it Fiennes or Fiends? I can never remember how.
Fiennes.
Okay. Fiennes.
I don't know.
Ralph Fiennes.
You know the way his eyebrows are. That honestly does it for me. That is such a
The
great
eye
acting.
the sunken eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel, and just he's got such. I mean, we've seen behind the scenes stories of him on set with the Harry Potter series. He's such a phenomenal actor. He's done so many other roles, so dramatic, and to me, Silver Surfer is a dramatic role because he's not choosing to do this. He is a tortured soul, much like Ghost Rider. So I went with someone that I felt like could pull that off.
Absolutely.
All right, Orey. I think you got a tough one here.
I do, because I can see Ray Fisher pulling this off, like vocally, personality wise. But I mean, Ray Fiennes has that distinguished, like composure, and I've seen him do that in several roles before. So I've got to go with him.
We've also seen him fly. We know that he can do the whole flying thing. So he's got some experience in a harness, as Colin K. Bass told us is very important.
Yes, very important.
Tyler, who you got out of those three?
Found immediately. Okay. Yeah, that was a hard choice until you brought that up, But just to be fair here, nobody can beat.
To be fair.
I'm glad I'm not the only one that does that. I'm at work and I'll say something to somebody and I'll be, to be fair.
If you don't do it, you're spare parts, bud.
Look, I don't know if everybody's seen it yet, but now that it's no longer a leaked image, Hasbro Pulse dropped their Thor Love and Thunder Marvel Legends line this week.
Yeah.
Christian Bale could have been a pretty decent Silver Surfer. If they were just going to make Gore look like that, they could have just made him Silver Surfer.
Yeah, bald head, goatee. Yeah.
But still, I think he's perfect casting for God Patrol.
I think he's going to be great Gore.
Oh, even if he doesn't look it, he's going to sell it.
Next character. We only got 2 left, but we do have a rumor to talk about with this one. We got Namor, the Submariner. Now, Jay brought this rumor to our attention. So before we get to the casting, let's talk about this gentleman. And I cannot pronounce his name. Jay, help me out.
I believe it is pronounced Tanakh Huerta.
Okay. He has already been rumored to play this role.
I think at this point, as of last week, Deadline made it pretty much official. I think so.
Well, since we made our lists before that happened, we're going to give you our casting anyway.
Oh, yeah.
Beard, who you got?
I actually had trouble. I had my list done a while ago, back when we did the first part of this. But the character I never got casted was Namor. He's a character I'm not very familiar with.
Right.
But I'm just looking. I looked up actors on Google. Just started looking at actors. And this guy, Michael Shannon, has the look, I think.
I'm not mad at you for that. That's
I'm not,
because
just based off look, that's amazing, and
I think of how he looked as Zod, and that animated look of Namor looks very much like how he looked like a Zod. So I can see it.
Yeah, I can see it. Jay, who you got?
I have Brian T.
Okay.
That is wonderful.
That's actually really good casting. I like that.
Especially with that
image.
Was Shredder, wasn't
he?
Yes.
He was Shredder. Yeah, okay. That's what I thought.
I went with someone that Jay loves very much. He even said so in the first episode of this. I went with Dev Patel.
Yes, I love him very much.
And I also got the same reference image as Brian did. So I went based off look, a little bit of career, but mostly based off look. I wanted someone that looked the part, but also looked like he could pull off that chauvinistic that Namor is. And I think Dev could pull that off. So Orey, what do you think out of those three?
This is so difficult.
They're great castings, absolutely.
I am a huge fan of all of these actors, and I know they could do a fantastic job. But I want to see something I can see underwater and, like, you know, all flowy. I'm gonna go have to Brian T. Like,
okay,
he is just. Yeah. I think he's got the physique, even for an older gentleman. Yeah.
Well, we all know that physique really doesn't matter because Marvel's gonna put them through the rigmarole like they did Kamel.
Yeah, but he doesn't really need the work. Right, I'm just saying he's already put it in.
True. He's already there. I feel
so, and he's a very talented actor. And that is one thing, like, I could just see him being able to do the moves that they're going to be asking.
Especially if he's going to be a bad guy.
Exactly.
Tyler,
I want him to be bad for me.
Okay, so first off, I'm gonna just go ahead and throw this out here, and I need Orey to get out my head. All right, and we got to go with Shredder.
Yeah.
Okay. But I would like to add somebody to this because I'm in this now and I'm all obsessed. Anybody else watch what's the movie where they would change their personalities into different sleeves? It was a show that was on for a while. Kaneda, the Japanese guy.
It's on Netflix.
Yeah.
And Captain America was just in it.
Yep.
Snowpiercer?
No,
that's a movie that he was in.
Which Cap? Are you talking about Sam Wilson?
No,
Chris Evans.
No,
Anthony Mackie. Altered Carbon. Altered Carbon.
The Japanese guy from Altered Carbon.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
The guy that plays his original self.
Yes.
Yes. I got
Would
you.
be a great Submariner, and it's been.
Yes.
I was really springboarded off of Jay.
Show.
Whenever Jay showed Shredder, I said, "Oh, you know that dude would be really good for this part too."
Yeah. All right, guys. We only got one more on the list, and that is the Madame Fatale herself, Raven Darkholm, aka Mystique. Brian, who you got?
All right, you guys better sell this. It's my favorite character.
I personally don't think I have to say anything other than her name. Aubrey Plaza.
Interesting.
I think she would kill it.
The attitude, the look, the style, the grace. Okay. Oh, this is going to be hard, guys.
We're starting off strong.
All right. Starting off strong. Jay, who you got?
I'm with Orey. I'm a big fan of Raven. But I have Ana de Armas, who from Knives Out and Ben Affleck.
Oh yes!
Ooh.
Okay.
Oh no!
I loved her in Knives Out.
Oh, I'm not making this any easier on you, Orey. I promise you. I'm not. Because I went with Margot Robbie.
Oh my god.
Because if she just Harlene Quinzel, but twisted, not demented, twisted. She's already Mystique. She just can't change form in all of her Harley Quinn performances. So
I love how you'll save this one for the end, the really hard one.
I'm gonna have to. Okay, Tyler, you're gonna have to go first. I gotta think about this one.
Well, I mean, I already made my decision, but it's really hard, and I feel guilty about it. I'm not happy about feeling guilty about it, but it's Margot Robbie.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not happy about not being happy about it either. Well,
honestly, all three of these actresses we just named would be an iconic.
Kill it.
Oh, yeah.
Iconic.
Kill it.
Even more so, and as much as I don't like those movies, I thought Jennifer Lawrence played Mystique very well. But any of these three, like Jennifer Lawrence, who? Like, she played what? I don't remember that. I remember this.
I don't want to be crude, but let's be real. Jennifer Lawrence played the part really well because Jennifer Lawrence is an attractive woman who was naked in the movie.
It's the same reason they cast Rebecca Romijn.
No,
I don't know. I think
Jennifer
Jennifer
Lawrence
she
had
brought some
the
depth to the
attitude
character.
that's needed for
Well,
me.
they
Yeah,
let her show her
everybody's
face a lot
reaction on
more.
that one.
I think the main problem with those movies that she was in was the writing. I don't think it was a story we were ready to be told because they didn't take the time to tell it. I think it's
Meanwhile,
There
the
should
best
have
way.
been more movies.
There's things
It should have
I
been
like.
I
spread
can
out.
submit to
Yeah,
that.
no, there's
And I
a
think
lot
a
of
lot
things I
of the
like about it.
casting choices for those characters. I love that Magneto.
I love the
Yes.
Patrick Stewart.
yeah.
I mean not the Patrick Stewart, the Charles Xavier that wasn't
We knew
Patrick
what you were
Stewart.
thinking.
I loved McAvoy. So
I have an issue with denying Patrick Stewart anything. Patrick Stewart is like, if he wanted me, I would have to sit down and really deal with some life choices. But
drink
he could
some Earl
probably
Grey
have
tea,
me.
dude. Drink
Like,
some
I
Earl
love
Grey tea,
Patrick
man.
Stewart. Wholehearted. When he dies, I'm gonna have to take a week off work.
No,
Yeah.
never say that. He can't.
Never
die.
say he can't. He's
Look.
immortal. He hasn't aged in like 20 years. What are you talking about?
He's
He's
been
got to
old my
finish
entire life.
Picard. He has to finish Picard first, and then he brought Picard
Make it
to
so.
us as a
Well-
wonderful gift
Yep.
for his passing. That's
Isn't he going to play Picard in Doctor Strange: Multiverse of Madness?
He pretty much.
I mean, what?
We're not sure about
stated,
that, but I do
right?
want to check out his new show, the Star Trek show Picard. I do want to
Yeah.
watch
It's-
that.
It's great.
It's so good.
It's
I am
so
not
good.
a guy that sits and freaks out about movies and stuff, but dude, look at me. It's so good.
I'm the guy that he said he's not. It's so good.
I'm-
I love that Orey's still over here struggling while we're talking about Patrick
I'm
Stewart.
struggling
Did
so hard
Patrick-
right now.
Did you think we forgot about you?
No, but okay. To my future wife, Margot Robbie, I love you. I've got to go with my heart on this one, and I've
it's hard.
Aubrey Plaza
Wow.
for me.
Okay.
Like,
Nice
Yeah.
choice.
okay,
I still think
as
it
a-
works way too
Yeah.
well. I love it.
okay, as a huge Mystique fan, Mystique is sultry,
Mhm.
but she's got that I'm gonna tell you off but want you to come back for more. And I just see her character from Community being not Community, Parks and Rec,
Yes.
being able to come in and like wow you with that little bit of snark, but you keep coming back for more because she is sultry and charming and charismatic and beautiful. And
I want to see all three of them do it.
I do.
Zoe Kravitz would be
Like I want to
great,
see
too.
all three of them do it.
Zoe Kravitz,
Zoe
dude.
Kravitz.
I didn't even think of her.
I forgot.
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh my
Zoe
goodness.
Kravitz
But
would be
but
fun.
I love you, Margot Robbie. Please don't forget me.
All right, well that's gonna finish off the list. And I guess we only got one more thing to do, and that's get to our Talk Nerdy segment real quick, where we're gonna ask you, the fandomites, a question to respond to. So let's get into that. Let's roll that intro music.
Hello, can you hear me?
Each episode, the Bear and the Beard ask a question that they want your input on, along with sharing comments, suggestions, and other things they have already collected. They love to hear from their fans, so let's get nerdy with it.
All right, fandomites, we only have one question for you this week. We're not even going to talk about our Batman episode that'll come out. We'll talk about that next episode. The question we have for you, we thought really hard about this, and our panelists now need to think about this because we already have. If a movie was to be made about your life, who would you want to play you?
Who's fan casting you?
Yep. You got to fan cast yourself in your own movie about your life. And the money is no object. You can have anybody play you want. Beard, do you have an answer for this one?
I do, but I want to go last.
You want to go last? Okay. Jay, do you have an answer for this one?
I can guarantee that nobody knows who this is. He's an ensemble actor on Broadway, but he and I are famously compared all the time. And so I have this guy named Abe Goldfarb who I adore. He's a redhead with glasses, and if they're going to cast an adult, I can just see myself aging into this man. So I'll send you a picture if you want to throw it in here.
Yeah, I'll throw it in right here. Yep.
Okay, cool.
Cool. Yeah, no, I'm not seeing the picture because we're going to do that in editing, but I'm sure if you're famously compared to him, then yeah. Orey, do you have an answer for this one?
I actually do, and it's somebody I've been told I look a lot alike, like all of my life. I'm gonna go with the OG Rogue and say Anna Paquin.
Okay.
Oh, absolutely, 100%.
Like that.
Okay.
That's my boo right there.
I saw
love
her in
so
something
much.
not too long ago and said the same thing. I was like, oh my god, that's Orey.
All my entire life, I remember when Rogue came out and like I had the black hair and like I was putting red streaks in it. My friend's like, no, you just need to do white. And I was like, why? And she showed me the picture of Anna and I was like, that's me.
There you go. Tyler, who would you cast in a film all about your life?
I actually know who I would cast as you.
I'm trying to see.
I would like to hear that. Who?
Tom Hardy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so that's not the first time I've heard that. You're gonna laugh
Same
at me,
thing.
but the guy that I was actually thinking of, which I take that as a wonderful compliment. Thank you very much. He actually doesn't look like anything like me now, but his name is Roland Perry,
Okay.
and he was in a movie a long time ago called Sex Pot.
Yes. Yes.
Spanky, the kid, the skinny
Yep.
kid that was like always in a shitty situation, and then
Spanky.
bad situation, and then toward the end, he ended up getting the girl Spanky.
Yep.
That was
Okay.
I can also see
as a
Aaron Taylor
teenager,
Johnson.
dude. I looked like
I
that
could
kid.
I could see Aaron Taylor for sure.
Yep.
Yeah.
Aaron Taylor. that.
Beard, you said you wanted to go
Quicksilver.
last.
Oh,
So
dude, I'd be down with that. That's
The MCU Quicksilver, the Sony Craven.
yep.
that was a good one. That was a good
So Beard said he wanted to go last, so I put some thought into this, but not a whole lot because I don't think that highly of myself most of the time. I went with Jonah Hill, just because I wear
Yes.
glasses sometimes too.
If I have any
know,
idea who
so-
Brian is about to say, they already need to make a movie together, man.
Yep.
All right.
So I
Seth
get this
Rogen.
all the freaking time. All
Seth
the freaking
Rogen.
time. I get told I
Seth
sound like him. I get told I look like him. It is Mr. Seth
Yeah.
Rogen.
Yes.
Perfect
I
casting,
want
sir.
to meet this man so bad.
Which that's so funny too, because if
I've met Seth
because
Rogen.
my movie would have to include Brian. So if we got Brian's actor, the only problem with that is that I'm actually older than Brian, and Seth Rogen is older than Jonah Hill.
Yeah, but
hey,
with
it
makeup
works.
and a
Tomatoes,
little
tomatoes.
CGI,
Oh, yeah.
you'll be fine. I'm here
So,
for
all right.
it.
Well,
I've met Seth Rogen.
yeah.
Oh,
Nicest
yeah?
guy. He's probably just as nice as Doug Jones.
Yes.
That's
I believe
amazing.
that.
to hear.
I believe
He gives really good hugs too.
Yeah.
Really good hugs.
Well, that is going to take us out of our Talk Nerdy segment, so I'll play that outro music right here.
Be sure to send in your response to this week's Talk Nerdy topic, and any other nerdy stuff like episode topic suggestions, fan theories, or cosplay photos so we can put it in future episodes. If you think it's nerdy, we want you to share it. The Talk Nerdy links like the email and website are in the episode description as always. And don't forget you can also call or text the Nerd line. That number is in the description as well. That's all for now. Let's get back to the show.
All right, and that's going to wrap up another episode too. So,
That was a lot of fun.
yeah, that was great.
it
Thank
was.
you so
So
much,
good.
Ori and Jay and Tyler, for joining us for this.
Tyler, I hope
so-
you got a good feel for this and you want to do it again in the
Yeah.
future.
Oh, I love it. Anytime you guys want to have me, I'm willing to be here.
So
Anytime
sad
at
that
all.
Colin couldn't be here.
Miss you,
But
Colin.
We
We
miss
love
you,
you,
Colin.
Colin.
We love you, Colin.
Can't wait.
You
to
make
have
me
you
feel
on
weird
the
things I don't know how to explain, Colin.
Go check him out at Crimson Vision Studios and Nerdbot on YouTube and all your internet places, and also check out Anime Riverside. That is one of his
Yes.
new projects they have up and running.
Also, check
doing-
out his Instagram. It is the best thing on the planet.
It
His
really is.
TikTok as well. He's done some
Yes.
TikToks with that McDonald's lady. He's played the King from Burger King.
There you
Some
go.
of those TikToks. So definitely check out his TikTok.
Don't forget to check out Jay. If you're listening to this on the day it drops, Jay is, and if you're in the Biloxi area, go and check, or Gulfport. Is it Gulfport or Biloxi?
The theater's in Gulfport, but it's the Mississippi Gulf Coast.
Mississippi Gulf Coast area. Go and check out Jay at the SpongeBob musical. We'll put a link in the description if you want to buy your tickets for that. We will be there opening night. Me and Orey and Mama Bear are all going down to support our very good friend. Go and check out Orey's team over at the Mobile Anime Fest. Or if you, hopefully you saw them at the Anime Fest. I forget when this is dropping. And don't forget to go check them out at MobaCon when that comes out at coming up at the end of May. If you're in the Jackson metro area of Mississippi, don't forget May 4th, Star Wars Day, to come see us at Dogmud. Also, don't forget the Patreon. Don't forget to be on the lookout for Tyler the Great's project coming out very soon. That's all I can say, guys, other than it was a blast hanging out with y'all once again.
So much fun,
Thank y'all so much for being here. Much love. In the meantime, I guess it's time to get out of here. I've been the Bear.
I've been the Beard.
We want to remind you, as always, to stay awesome,
stay bearded,
and much love, guys. We'll see y'all next episode. Till then, we are out of here.
Boom, cut the check.
All right.
Another episode done. We hope you enjoyed it. New episodes are released every other Friday at 8 a.m. Central Standard Time. Check back then or subscribe so that your device downloads it automatically. Audio episodes are now available pretty much anywhere you get your podcasts, so it's really easy to share them with all your nerdy friends. For YouTube viewers, subscribe and click the little bell so you're notified about all our new content. And Apple users, please don't forget to rate and review on the app. That helps more nerds find us. Links to talk nerdy to us can be found in the episode description as always. You can chat with the Bear, the Beard, or the rest of the Bearded Bear team, head researcher and graphic designer, Mama Bear, the master of marketing, Han Bralo, or the social media sorcerer, Nerd Squatch. Huge thanks to them and all of the geeks of the round table and friends of the cast. Much love y'all. Lastly, for more cool music like this awesome new outro track, go check out HarlequinSoul, Secret Apex on Facebook and Spotify. His links are in the description as well. Talk at you next episode, nerds. See you then.
Are you a fan or just pretend? I'd like to know if you're a friend or an enemy. If so, stay away from the wrong me. Welcome to the end. Are you a fan or just pretend? I'd like to know.
Hey, Brian, before you cut it, you want to hear a Marvel joke?
Yes,
because people don't normally make it to the end of the episode. Let's see who does. If you've made it to the end of the episode, please let us know if you heard this joke. So Thor comes to Midgard a lot, right?
Yeah.
And he goes and hangs out in the bars because human alcohol does not affect him as much. And he likes to pick up women. He's not like Zeus and all that, but he likes to pick up women. He likes to enjoy himself. And he takes this girl home, and they spend the night together. And then he goes back to Asgard, and Odin gets onto him, says, "You can't keep running around like this. Can't keep doing this. Matter of fact, because you're pretending to be a human when you go down there. So what I want you to do is go back, find the lady that you spent the night with last night, and tell her who you are." So he goes back down to Midgard, goes to the bar, finds the lady, and he says, "I just want to let you know that I am actually Thor." And the lady with a thick lisp says, "Oh, you think you're Thor?"